Good morning. Welcome, you amazing individuals. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It is 9:46 in the morning for me, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of drawing before I hit the ground running for the day. I'm going to be working from George Bridgman's Constructive Anatomy book, and I'm just going to be drawing on top of some old drawings that I did when I was a little kid. And when I do some self-reflecting, I think to myself, man, I did not really get much better since then. Anyways, hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you. And I hope you are maybe having a spectacular day. I am doing pretty well myself. This is just another little vlog video where I just draw and I talk. Sometimes those things have some good meaning, sometimes they don't. I don't come into these videos with any great expectations, and perhaps that's a good thing, because I think having expectations is good, but if you have those expectations kind of hinder your creativity or stop you from making actions, that is where it's bad, right? Having good expectations without the hindrance of paralyzing you is what we need to look at. So I come in with these videos with a very open mind and with a low expectation of success, and that's okay. I try to pursue this YouTube thing, or this video thing, this YouTube thing that I'm doing, is less of a competition, less of oh, I gotta make it, whatever, and more like a literal diary, a literal journal, because that's essentially what it is. It's just me kind of espousing my thoughts for the day or at the time, and then maybe years from now I'll look back and say, man, I was way off on this thought process. And you learn from it. That's what life is. It's oddly enough a giant learning experience, and it's interesting to think of it that way. I know when I was younger, I really didn't think of life as this spiritual journey. But as you get older, you're like, yeah, man, maybe it is. Maybe there is something to that, or maybe it's not. I don't know. I could be wrong. I like to tack on weird things to my thought processes as I learn new things. So I'm just drawing this hand here on top of what looks like to be a bunch of scratchy. Oh my gosh, man! And the funny thing is, I'm still just as scratchy as I am when I did this drawing, but the pencil pressure is a little bit more controlled. It is what it is, and so I'm just doing this George Bridgman study. I was drawing earlier. I was drawing Sonic, and I was drawing Stewie from Family Guy. But I finished that page, and I didn't want to fill up that page with another thing on there. So I just wanted to start a new page on top of an old work. Some people don't like drawing on top of old drawings. I find it kind of cathartic and a reminder of where I was at and where I'm at now. And it's kind of nice. And honestly, I don't know if I'm using the word cathartic correctly. Man, you ever use words that you think you understand the definition, but you really don't? You just kind of you say these things just to sound extra intelligent, and then you find out oh my gosh, that's not what I was meaning with this word. And then someone calls you out on it. You don't know what that means. I'm like, yeah, I do. I totally, bro, I totally know what that word means. Get out the dictionary you start getting really, you start to brag a little bit and get a little bit boastful, and then you find out that you're totally wrong with the definition. Like, oh my gosh. But you know, like, what's the point of people calling someone out if they're wrong on that? I guess so that the person can have it, like, learn something. But some people that call people out when they're wrong are not necessarily calling them out to educate them. They're calling them out because they might be like on a small level threatened by that other individual, so they have to like argue against their intelligence or argue against them in some way. They got to one up them somehow. So if they find like a chink in their argument armor, you know, they want to capitalize off that. You know, there's always, you know, some of you have, I don't know about you, but I've had some friends like that in the day. Not anymore. I think you get more as you get a little older in your wisdom. You start getting more wisdom. You start realizing some of those things are kind of petty and just kind of like stupid. You know, like a waste of your time. Like, why argue over those things? You can just say, hey man, I think you're wrong with that definition. Maybe you want to check it out, look it up, instead of like, you're totally wrong with that definition. I know you're wrong, dummy. You know, whatever rhetoric they're using, right, at the time. But they're coming at you with a different intent. So I guess maybe intent is also important when you try to correct someone. You know, if you're trying to like teach and inform someone, I think that's better than if you're trying to come at someone when they're wrong to kind of boost your ego up a little bit, you know. But I could be wrong. I might, like, as I said, these videos are like a vlog, a diary, and maybe years later I'm like, yeah, definitely I was wrong on that. You know. So this is actually turning out pretty good. There's like nice little blocky shapes. I think I did a pretty good translation of this guy's thumb. I over exaggerated the staircase effect. Like what George Bridgman appears to be doing is he's overemphasizing the angles of the finger digits so that they feel more like joints. I mean, obviously your thumb is not making that sharp of an angle, but he's overemphasizing that to kind of to really show the structure of the hand. So I find that to be very nice, a nice little trick. I talk about that often in my own work. When I draw from a still life, I will overemphasize angles because I find that if I don't exaggerate the angles a little bit, or exaggerate the shape a little bit, I will undershoot and underemphasize certain things, and the still life or the thing that I'm drawing will fall a little bit flat because I'm not over accentuating some of those forms. I can never seem to get the object as they are, because when I try to do as they are, I end up underemphasizing and the things fall flat. So that's why, as a default for me as an artist, I will exaggerate those forms. Some people don't have to do that. That's just simply what I do when I'm drawing, and I find it helpful. I find it a helpful tool. Anyways, we're running up close to the end of my little vlog session. As I said, for those that are watching, you know that I do these, oh my gosh, these 10-minute long videos. Nothing, not too short, not too long. And it's about all I can kind of give to these little videos at the moment. Maybe in the future I might be able to do longer, but right now it's got to be under 10 minutes. And anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe I will see you again. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers.